Shalom Yasharallah. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Ruach HaKodesh.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who taught us this truth. And the salutations to all the Akim pushing this word in truth and in sincerity with charity to the four corners of the earth. We're the brothers from the Great Millstone camp here in Chicago, and Lord willing, there's an edifying lesson. All right, this is just, a quick lesson about exhorting you brothers to read, you see, because for so long, hundreds and hundreds of years, we're without this knowledge, you see. And now that, because a lot of brothers, they know they're Israelites, you know what I'm saying? And that's exciting and all. But what's more exciting is what's in these scriptures, man. All right? Because if you look at the generations of old, hey, when we brought something to their attention, they went into the scriptures to search it out for themselves. And that's what we got to do as well. All right? It's more than just knowing that you're an Israelite, all right, but doing what's required. In Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, the Lord told us what? To eat this roll. So we got to eat this roll. We got to constantly be reading the scriptures, man. All right? This is Isaiah 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them. Right. Listen, this is the book right here, man. All right. This is the word of the Lord, the true living power, and he's on our side. And now we have the understanding. You see, Yahweh was worthy to open them seals up. All right. So we should be diving into these scriptures daily, man. All right, there's no excuse for someone who's been in this truth, over 1 or 2 years and hasn't finished a roll. All right, that's folly. All right, and like Elder Uriah says, you're bullshitting. All right, where are you spending your time where you haven't finished a roll? You got to finish this roll. You got to want to finish this roll. You got to want to eat the roll constantly, man. You see. Because this isn't one of those things where you just read it once and it's over. No, you gotta constantly go into it, go into the words and the spirit, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. It's like an onion. The Lord's gonna reveal more knowledge onto you. All right, more wisdom. The more times you go through this, And for a great example is our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. They're constantly going into these scriptures, man. All right, so. Young men in the faith in this ministry, hey, there's no excuse, man. You should be reading this, every day, man. It should be your number one priority is getting to these scriptures.
To back the brother up, this is Psalms 119 and 104. It says, through thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. And, through reading these precepts, that's how we're going to get understanding of the word. That's how we're going to get, like the brother was saying, it's going to be like an onion. We're going to get a deeper understanding, and we're going to get to the core of what is really saying. And the book of Revelation also says, blessed is he that readeth. And when you go into that word, it goes into understanding, So one of the ways to understand these words and really understand the will of the Most High and why Yahweh came, the law, the promises, all of those things is through reading. You really have to apply yourself and really sit down and really just read. That's really what it's about.
Right. Yeah, because like when you sit at dinner, you sit at the table, you have your plate and everything, your drink. You don't just scarf it all down. It takes time to eat that whole thing, man. And same thing with these scriptures, man. All right, food for thought. All right, you got to constantly be reading these scriptures and get into it. Savor each verse, you know what I'm saying? Go into what it means in the Hebrew, into the Greek, all right?
Right.
You gotta do your due diligence, man. You got to do this work. It's not just knowing that you're an Israelite. Again, man, real quick, this is Sirach 27, verse 9. The birds will resort unto their like, so will truth return unto them that practice in her. All right, this truth is going to come right back to the elect. The elect have always been into this word. All right, when they heard it, they started following it. You see, you got to have passion. You got to be passionate about this. The elect are going to be passionate about this word, constantly going into it, always inquiring older brothers about certain scriptures and certain words, certain breakdowns. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's why, like, when a young brother is new into the faith and has a bunch of questions, it's because he's reading. He's going into things that he does not understand, but he's looking for the understanding. All right?
Yeah, go ahead. Sirach 39, and it says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof," meditation meaning you're thinking about it day and night, you know. That's what you're thinking about. It says, "Will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables." And that's basically going into what the brother was saying, because really the people who have questions are really the ones who are reading. They're conversing in those dark parables and those dark sayings, because they really want to find out what this is saying so they could get the understanding and so that they could apply it in their own life. You know, because when it really comes down to it, these things that we're reading is not just for just so we could, like, you know, get puffed up in the things that we know and have some barbershop talk or whatever. It's not about that. It's about applying the wisdom that we're gaining, you know. And then it says, "He shall serve among great men and appear before princes. He will travail through strange countries, for he has tried the good."
Travel.
He will travel through strange countries, the water, "for he has tried the good and the evil among men. He will give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him, and will pray before the Most High, and will open his mouth in prayer and make supplication for his sins." And that's another indication of wisdom right there, because the fear of the Lord, that's wisdom. And you're only going to find that out through the scriptures, because the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And to get that wisdom, you're going to have to read, man. You know, coming to the Lord, that's another part that you're showing wisdom, because you know that everything comes from the Most High. You know, you're going to go early to the Lord and all these things, but you're not going to know none of these things if you're not reading, man, if you're not occupied in the meditation thereof, you know.
Yeah, real quick, this is Proverbs 4:7. "Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding," man. All right? So, you know, we encourage new brothers, young brothers in the faith, hey, get fluent in the milk. All right? Be a master at the milk. All right? Because, hey, you're either going to save some Israelites, you're going to wake them up, or you're going to drown 2/3 in the milk, man. All right? Because they're not going to get it. But it's important that you know the basics, man. All right? The basics are key. You see, because you could cut any doctrine, all right, with the basics. All right? You know what I'm saying? You got something? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got something. This is Psalms 119 and 27. And it says, "Make me to understand the way of thy precepts, so shall I talk of thy wondrous works." And this is another reason why you have to read. Because when you get into the Psalms, a lot of the times when King David was praying, he was asking the Lord for something. He was asking the Lord. He was making his supplications. He was putting his cares upon the Lord. And one of the things that you could do is ask the Lord to make you to understand the way of his precepts, to help you, you know. And in the book of James, let me get this real quick. In the book of James, get this. This is James 1 and 5. It says, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him." So if you lack wisdom, if you lack some things that you really want to know, ask the Lord, and he's going to give it to you. He's going to give it to you, man. Just all you have to do is ask. That's right. All you have to do. Read. You know?
Come. And with that, we hope this lesson was edifying. And it wasn't, you know, not to be too long. But, you know, brothers, read. All right? Get into these scriptures. Know the milk. All right? Know the precepts. Understand all of them as well. All right? Because that's key. And with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruchakadash. Double honors to the apostles and others of Great Millstone who rule well and who taught us his truth. And salutations to all the Akim pushing this word in truth and in sincerity with charity. Shalom, wa, abad babal.
Abad babal.